So this one personally kind of hurts as a fan because I am a huge Gears of War fan. A lot of you know, I'm just the Gears guy. A lot of people know me as that. I have a big Gears Crimson Omen tattoo on my arm. By the way, I got that before Gears of War 4 or 5 release, so don't hate. You know, I back when the game was actually good and before it was kind of like this agenda-driven nonsense. So I made this kind of tweet the other day because I had heard from somebody very, very, very trustworthy and reliable that, yeah, you know, it looks like there is going to be a Gears of War collection of games coming out because the Coalition is obviously working on Gears of War 6, and that's still a little bit ways away. And so, you know, it makes sense. You want to kind of maybe reinvigorate Gears. It's already, believe it or not, been 5 years since the last Gears of War game. So, you know, you want to try to give people the good memories back. What's the good memories? The first few Gears of War. You give them a sort of Halo Master Chief Collection type of treatment, right? I think that makes sense. Yep, okay, Xbox fans would probably enjoy that. But guess what? It looks like it's coming to PlayStation, and it looks like it's going to come to PlayStation day and date. You know, and I think that it's one of those things where, to me, it's getting a little bit frustrating and annoying that you'll have Xbox fans who will be like, that's a good thing. You know, this is what I see a lot about Xbox fans lately on social media, right? So I bring this up. I'm like, okay, I've heard from a pretty good source, and I'm not an insider or anything, you know what I mean? Like, I had heard that Hi-Fi Rush and games like that were going, and I did videos about it before there was a big rush on that, you know, and it kind of is what it is. But, you know, at the end of the day, Gears of War going to PlayStation is a bad thing. It's the reason why many people bought an Xbox to begin with, right? I mean, obviously. So when I first saw Cliffy B playing Gears of War on G4 TV with, you know, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb back in the day, I knew I was going to get a Xbox 360, right? It sold me on an Xbox 360. Pretty much flat out, that's what did. So again, when you look at this, and then you have the Xbox fans that are kind of damage controlling for this, you know, multiple $1 trillion company. It's really sad to me because they go, well, think of this, you know, get them hooked on Gears, and then Gears 6 comes out and it's exclusives. Like, are you guys stupid? Are you not paying attention? You know, they're not going to make anything exclusive anymore. This isn't some grand tactic that's going to have some payoff. If they put Gears Collection on PlayStation, they're certainly going to put Gears 6 on PlayStation. It would only be a matter of time, right? Like, the people that are running, you know, damage control and taking enemy fire for Xbox, they literally don't care about you. I don't understand it. It's like, you know, here's the thing. If you want to continue to play Xbox, more power to you. I honestly do not care. I'm not trying to tell you how to spend your money, where to spend your gaming time. All I'm saying is be smart, and if you're one of those people that are on social media taking the bullets for them, that you don't have to do that, right? Trust me, I've been that guy before. It doesn't pay off. They don't care about you. You know, they're going to put all their games on PlayStation. They think, F you, you'll probably, if you have a digital library, continue to play on Xbox regardless. For me personally, it's definitely not something that I want to do. I don't want to play games on, you know, if you can get both. And I've run this math before. So here's the thing. And it doesn't really do much with this generation, you know, to be quite honest about it. So, like, let's just start next generation, right? If they've already started porting and you know that they're going to port the good stuff over maybe within a year, why wouldn't you just get a PlayStation 6? Then you can play all the PlayStation games. You'll get to play all the Xbox games. You might bring up Game Pass, but again, who knows how long they'll run Game Pass if they don't have a console. You know what I mean? They're not going to, you know, so to me, it doesn't make sense. It's very much a sad thing because Gears of War is very synonymous with Xbox, right? It put Xbox on the map, really. I mean, I know Halo did, and people are going to go, what about Halo? Yeah, the original Xbox Halo, Halo 3 was great and all that stuff, but I think, didn't Gears really bring the 360 to the forefront? I mean, it sold over 40 million units, the original Gears games. So, you know, it's made it into a $1 billion franchise. So I think that, yeah, that's going to be something that's pretty impressive to say the least, and then you go and put your best game. That'd be like if Sony were to put God of War and The Last of Us on Xbox, right? It would make no sense to buy a PlayStation at that point. It'd be like if Nintendo were putting Zelda on an Xbox or PlayStation. It would make no sense to get a Nintendo at that point. And again, Phil Spencer, who always seems to be about, saving the industry and all this kind of stuff, right? We've got to save the industry. What's best for the industry? Who does that win for or whatever? When you're in the industry of video games and you have a console, it helps the industry to have 3 good selling consoles, right? The history has shown us that, right? When you have Xbox, an Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, all 3 getting pretty much an equal share of the pie, more or less, selling a lot of games. We got a lot of great things, a lot of ambition, a lot of great new IP. People could focus on the games, easy hardware to develop for, right? Gaming was flying high. And now you look at like what's going on now. PlayStation, they're on tap to get 130 million sold PS5s by the time the generation is over. The Switch is looking like it's going to break the all-time record for console sales. Only Xbox is struggling, and it's because it's struggling because they don't seem to really care. And I'll be honest, part of the reason they don't care is because they haven't given people on Xbox One enough of a reason to upgrade, right? So you have a situation where Xbox One players are still getting their updates on Minecraft and Fortnite and all that kind of stuff, Apex Legends, and so why would they upgrade, right? So they're counting those people, and there's probably 20 million plus. So even if you only have 23 million on Series X and S, you also have 20-some million, maybe more, on Xbox Ones, right? So you add those together and boom, you got a lot of people. But at some point that catches up to you, and people are going to want to buy a console that has exclusives and differentiates itself from the competition. And so that's exactly what they need to do. So for me, I think that Microsoft needs to kind of wake up before it's too late. Now, does that say that they can't suddenly come out and go, okay, well, we're not going to put anything on PlayStation anymore. Here's a bunch of bangers. We were wrong. We're hiring new people. They could probably do that and build that trust up over a long period of time, but I don't know if they have that in them to do that, right? Because no matter what you're doing, you've got to have something to show for it, and to rebuild and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to get, it's going to take a lot of time. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you upset about this kind of stuff happen? But this is just a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. But just remember who was one of the first people to be mentioning this. Gears of War on PlayStation. It's sacrilege. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.